All right, let's break down this FIT formula: frequency, intensity, time, and type. And how do we use this to build an exercise routine? So when you take your FIT quiz at the end of this module, you'll be given a rating, beginner, intermediate, advanced, based on how you answer the questions. And frequency deals with how often, how many times a week are we active. 2 to 3 is for beginner, intermediate 3 to 4, advanced 4 to 6. These are just a starting point. I found that if I'm active on a consistent basis 3 times a week, I can kind of maintain where I'm at. But if I bump it up to 4 times a week, I really find that that's where, for me, kind of the sweet spot is in making progress in my fitness. So frequency is how often. Intensity is how hard. How hard are we working out? As a beginner, 2 to 3 times a week, intermediate 3 to 4. If we measure intensity several different ways. Number one, a really simple way. Can we sing while we're working out? Can we talk while we're working out? Or can we whisper? Or to get even further, can we not even do that, not even whisper? So the intensity can be measured of what we can project with our voice. Another way to measure intensity, a little bit more scientific or mathematical, is beginner level, 40 to 50% of your workout in the target heart rate zone. So let's say you worked out for 30 minutes, you did a brisk walk, then you want to try to, for at least 12 to 15 minutes of that workout, you want to hit your target heart rate. Or another way to measure intensity, using the beginner as the same example, you can work out for 50 to 60% of your target heart rate. So if your target heart rate is 170 beats a minute, so instead of using a time frame of the 15 minutes, choice B, you could work out at 170 beats a minute times 50%. You could work out and make sure that you're hitting 85 beats a minute all the time, 100%, or 60% of 170 is 102. So make sure you're at 102 beats a minute the entire workout, maybe minus cool down or warm up periods. And you can build from there. So you measure it really quickly by how much you can say, how much you can talk, how much you can whisper, whether you sing, talk, or whisper. Or you can measure it if you're spending half of your workout, if you're spending more than half of your workout in your target heart rate zone, or if you're working out at a pace of a certain percentage beats per minute of your target heart rate. All of those ways are valid ways to measure how intense or how hard we're working out. How long? So time measures how long. For beginner, 20 to 30 minutes is a great start. Intermediate builds up from there, and advanced could be up to an hour. Intermittent workouts is an interesting concept. So there's a lot of research that says 10 minutes 3 times a day is just as effective as one 30-minute time frame of working out. So if that structure fits your lifestyle and schedule better, hitting 3 10 minutes, maybe in the morning, midday at lunch, and when you come home from work at the end of the day, could work out even better and easier for someone than having to do, commit a whole hour or 40 minutes or so at one time. So it's really how long is the time equation. And the last part of FIT is what type. And we've talked a little bit about that, but for a beginner, it's really focusing on whole body functional. So squatting and lunges and basic movements that really help us stay active our whole lives. Intermediate is focused more on whole body resistance. So how do we add that strength training component to it and a little bit more of a challenge, whether it's body weight or water resistance or weight training of some kind of resistance added to that whole body functional. And then advanced is really whole body interval. So high intensity, adding some interval training, some circuit training in there that's really pushing our fitness to a little bit more of an advanced level. So putting it all together, frequency, intensity, time, and type for the beginner looks like, and for the intermediate and for the advanced. So when you take your fitness quiz, if this is hopefully a good measurement of where you're at in your fitness level and how to progress to the next. So as we wrap up exercise, we really talked about the 3 different fitness macros, a look at exercise history, a little bit of exercise science, how do we personalize our own exercise routine, what is the FIT formula, And then really some of the general health benefits that have documented very clearly that moving and staying active are a key piece to lifestyle health.